Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weaves here, and this is What If Naruto when was sent back in time, part 3 finale. I'm not sure yet. Probably finale. Anyway, last time we left off with Naruto actually allowing Sasuke to, well, escape and going on the 2-year training with Tsukume this time. Here in the 2-year training, Tsukume and Naruto pretty much would get the blessing of Jiraiya, as clearly they loved each other. And anyway, Tsukume does tell them everything about the Akatsuki that she knew, and some of the Akatsuki members, and how she was part of it, and she's the granddaughter of the, of Madara Uchiha. Jiraiya was surprised. Naruto acted surprised, although he already knew. And when he first found out, he was very surprised, but he understood. And anyways, Naruto then says that they don't need to know her story, and it must be traumatic, but she does say that it's fine. She wants her family to know it, as she smiles. And of course, Jiraiya and Naruto smile at her because they realize that she trusts them. And she tells her how she had a younger brother, and that's the reason why she actually unlocked the Mangekyo Sharingan, because he was killed by their grandfather at a really young age because he couldn't keep up with the training. His Sharingan was unlocked like hers at a really young age. I'll say that she was 3 years older than her younger brother, and he was only 3, she was 6 when their parents died. Or I'll say 2 and she was 6, 5. I can't count. I'm feeling ill, by the way. And clearly she unlocked it because she saw them die, and he didn't understand much when he was 2. And then now, of course, Madara would actually kill him to make Tsukume stronger. And ever since, Tsukume realized how twisted her grandfather is. And anyways, now, of course, she knew that the Akatsuki would come after Naruto and the rest. However, she didn't do anything at first, but she was already, making a plan to leave, as she was strong enough to fend for herself. And so that's why on the little journey that Naruto met her in, she was actually leaving the Akatsuki. And now she has a home, she has a family, and she's much happier now. Of course, Naruto says it's fine, that they will always be there to protect her. Naruto and Tsukume would actually get the Toad summoning as well, and here I'll say that she summoned a female, a massive female Toad, I'll say, and I don't want to really make up a name, but I'll just say Gamma, Gamakichi's and Gamabunta's daughter, and she's the older sister of Gamakichi and everything. And anyways, now, and Gamatatsu, yeah, he was sick. And anyways, now, he was a joker. Now, of course, they also learned, Tsukume learned her own Rasengan, and her Rasengan turned out pink for some reason, and Naruto says that it looks cute, and of course Tsukume says it's not meant to, it's meant to kill people, and Naruto says not necessarily. And then they joked around during this 2.5 years, and Jiraiya would always, be kind of jealous, as he would like someone like Tsukume, who is actually Tsunade, but anyways, he would cry himself to sleep, as he's still single to this day. And anyway, now, of course, they would learn Sage Mode. Naruto would easily learn it, and this would actually unlock one of his other abilities, the Truth Seeking Orbs. He unlocked it in secret, and nobody knew except for the Elder Toad that actually told the prophecies. He saw Naruto one day training, and so he made his way to where Naruto was. And once he saw him, he says, "I know everything, Naruto. There's no need to hide it from me. You probably did save the world back in your time. However, there must have been a reason why you came back. Because the prophecy never mentioned that you will fail, and you clearly seem like the child of prophecy. Of course, Naruto tells him everything, and the Elder Toad consoles him, saying that he did a good thing to come back and save the people that he loved the most. And this time he won't fail for sure. He's stronger. He's, clearly, he's more resilient, and he has more friends, as from what he heard, he left the village in his own timeline. And Naruto and Tsukume would actually finished their Sage Mode training within 2 months, and the next few months, I'll say that this was their 6 months of training that they finished in. And of course they went to Mount Miyabuko earlier, but they trained most of the time in the other things, and then in Sage Mode for the last 2 months that they were there. Naruto would make would be really good friends with all the told, same as Tsukome, as they all were fond of them, and they saw great potential in them. And anywho, now, of course, Naruto, Jiraiya would also master his Sage Mode, and he would learn the Scorching Rasengan, the Rasen Shuriken, and he can add both of them together, making a Scorching Rasen Shuriken, which the explosion is just ridiculous, as he can literally burn someone alive. But we move. Of course, sorry, I have to move a bit. Then we get Naruto, Tsukome, actually not training much, but mostly doing missions with Jiraiya, gaining that experience that they never had, because of course that they had in the original. And here they're kind of sad that, well, Zabuza and Haku are not there, but they're really close to them. In fact, they're neighbors, literally the neighbors, and they always hang out together. And the first thing they'll do, they'll go to them. And then Haku has actually, while he was in the village, he's actually been dating, the Shizune and everything. And then now Shizune has someone, and she's more motivated to train a bit more, as Haku's quite strong. He's an S rank. He's an S class shinobi right now, especially because of his Keke Genkai. It's just overpowered, to be honest, because he can freeze people alive. He can do a lot of things. He can freeze. He's gotten to a point that he can freeze the air molecules around someone and kill them instantly, unless they move faster than he can freeze it. But that's quite hard. But not Haku uses that as a last resort. And anywho, now, of course, if you're skilled enough, you'd realize that the air molecules around you are getting colder, and it's getting harder to breathe, as if you're in a high altitude place, and you would escape. And Haku would have to use it as a combo move, or as a last resort, catching people off guard. Naruto would easily be able to counter this, as he has lava release, steam release, and also bull release, and he can just unfreeze the air molecules around him. That's how strong he is. And then his ball release was unlocked during the training, and Tsukome did start using her seasonal more, and every time she started losing some sight, Naruto would actually just put his palm where his sun seal was on her forehead or on her skull, and literally just power it up, or just heal her eyesight. I mean, if you can save my guy from death, literal death, as he used the 8th gate, I'm pretty sure he can do this, as it's quite minor compared to literally saving someone who's on the last strand of their chakra in their heart. Like, that's quite mad if you think about it. But anyways, now, of course, Naruto and Tsukome would get that experience from Jiraiya by working under him, and Zabuza would just keep training harder and harder, and he'd become quite strong. He'd be a really good rival. He'll be top 3 with Kakashi and the Matt Guy now. Of course, Matt Guy is on a whole different tier level, or tier, because of his 8 gate, but he can't use that over and over again. And both Zabuza and Kakashi are 7 gate level guy, and pretty much they can stand up to him at any moment, and Guy would have to try quite hard to actually beat them. Also, one last thing, before I continue this what if, I know I may sound like I've lost my interest. I haven't. It's just that today I'm feeling quite ill. I came home with a headache and everything. I don't want to get too off topic, but if anyone's wondering, because I've seen some comments saying, oh bro, if you don't feel like it, just don't do it. It's fine. It's better if you don't, as it will just hurt your mental state. But don't worry guys, I love making what ifs right now, and I'm not burning myself out, as I take Saturday, Sunday off from uploading and stressing myself out to make more videos, so I don't lose those 2 videos and I don't fall behind, as I record 2 videos on the weekend and don't upload at all. So I'll just have 2 videos for the next week or something, just ready in case something happens. I batch record. Anyways, I wasted a minute and I'm so sorry. We'll get straight back into it. And now the 2.5 years have come to an end, and Naruto still met Itachi, and here, of course, he wants to help out Itachi. Naruto has been learning, well, medical ninjutsu with Tsukome here. Tsukome has actually had an interest for it for a while, and they both learned together, and they became really good with it, and self-taught. And together, they actually, well, went to Itachi, and Itachi found out that Naruto and Tsukome know everything. As Tsukome was told, Naruto actually, well, clearly, he found out through the third Hokage, and because he added 1+1 and everything, blah blah blah. And we go on to Naruto healing Itachi. Naruto tells that Itachi that Sasuke doesn't hate you enough to kill you. He still loves you somewhere inside his heart, and he's clearly not out for your head. He's out for answers. So you better tell him one day, and make sure he doesn't go up against the Leaf, and mostly against Danzo, as he knows that Danzo is the one who ordered him. And also he, well, bids his farewell, and Tsukome actually goes with him. And right before Tsukome went, Itachi actually gave a gift to both of them, and it was actually the crow with the Sharingan. And Naruto says, "Hey Tsukome, you can get your Mangekyo now." And of course, well, no, Eternal Mangekyo. And Tsukome declines, saying that this is a gift for Naruto, as he was the one who helped out Itachi. And Naruto says, "I'll only use it in that situation, and that situation will come up in a later in the video." Anyways, now they return to the Leaf Village with Jiraiya, and they welcome them with quite a lot of shinobi actually missed them, especially Haku. Well, their friends missed them. Shikamaru and Choji were at the gate, as of course with Temari, as they were saying goodbye to Temari as well. Shikamaru was waiting for Naruto and Tsukome. Well, not Tsukome particularly, but they became quite good friends. Like, they'd meet here and there, and they saw her with Naruto and everything. And so they were like acquaintances, and they weren't in bad, well, relationships, but of course it was kind of awkward, as they never really met each other officially. Today they do, as after Naruto does his bell test with Sakura, of course they go out pretty much partying, but no, just having some barbecue and anything. Now that's trivial stuff. And now Gaara still gets attacked by the Akatsuki, and Naruto is quite pissed, and he goes with Tsukome and Team 7. Tsukome would be the replacement for Sasuke right now. Also, Sai joins in here earlier, and anywho now. They arrive at the Sand Village. Sakura heals Kankuro, as she's helped out by both Tsukome and Naruto, as they both knew medical ninjutsu. So I'll say that the time was actually well, you know, divided by 3, so it did taken 1 day instead of 3, and they'd arrive before the Akatsuki could seal away the whole Shikaku. Just a little bit of chakra was remaining as they arrived, and they saved Gaara, and he was still alive, breathing well, although he wasn't well, as he was on the verge of death, and Shikaku was nearly sealed away, but the eye was still mostly open for the time being, and the 2 Akatsuki members were pretty much destroyed. Sasori was given a second chance by, Gaara, who woke up saying that, his grandmother has been missing him for a while, and she's always talked about, she's always bad-mouthing you, but in reality, she just misses you. Return, will give you a second chance. Of course, you'll be supervised for the first few months, but eventually, I'm sure you'll get over your, what phase you went through here. Of course, Sasori thought that maybe this is his only chance of redemption, and so he took it, as clearly he had no other chance. And so we go on to the next arc, which Naruto knew perfectly, and he's like, "Tsukome, after we do this, I think we should go to Shikamaru's team, as they may be in trouble." Of course, Kakashi asked why, and Naruto says that he has a strange feeling, and he's just going to go help a little bit. He's not going to go with them for a mission or anything. And yeah, sorry, it's this damn shit. Now they meet Sasuke, and Sasuke goes into Naruto's mind and meets the Narutos, but this time he's not scared away, as the Narutos is actually quite good friends with Naruto, and he tells Naruto that he'll return one day. He smiles at him, and Naruto says, "Have you unlocked the wood release yet? I can feel it inside you." And Sasuke says, "Oh goddamn, you've already seen my implantations." And of course, Sasuke has unlocked wood release, and here Sasuke is a good guy, pretty much, and he's actually working for the Leaf, pretty much. He will be back in the Leaf soon, but we move. Of course, Sasuke then goes on to kill Orochimaru later on, and and Tsukome and Kakashi, pretty much the whole of Team 7, straight after this, they go to Team 10. Naruto teleports them there as he left a seal on, well, Shikamaru, and they just, well, stumbled upon the, well, they haven't stumbled upon them yet, but they've already been sent, and within a week they'll be stumbling upon them. And the mission with Sasuke didn't take too long, like a day and a half. So Team 7 was more than happy to go to another mission, and here there would be Sai as well. And they would meet Kakashi and Hidan, and Naruto would take them, both of them out. Well, not both of them. Naruto would tell Tsukome and Kakashi to come with him. They'll take out Kakashi, while Team 10 and the rest would take out Hidan. Of course, no casualties from the Leaf, and Kakuzuan was pretty much tag teamed by three very S rank, S class looking shinobi. Tsukome's Susanoo blew him away. Then Naruto, Kakashi actually, hit him with a Chidori, or lightning blade, and hit him so far back that Naruto, he passed Naruto, and Naruto pretty much threw a Rasen Shuriken, and pretty much he expanded. He added a bit of sage chakra or nature energy into it, and boom, explosion. Reference to Konosuba, and pretty much he gets annihilated. Of course, then he gets destroyed by Shikamaru alone. Literally, he solos it pretty much, and everyone's just in awe at his brain, the big brain. He's just too overpowered, bro. Anyways, now, brain-wise, I wish I had this brain. I'd pass my GCC within an instant. Like, what the hell, bro? Now, we go back to the Leaf Village, and here, of course, Itachi and Sasuke would fight it out, and they would actually be on a stalemate. Itachi would take his ring off and throw it out, or throw it somewhere in the cave, and go to Sasuke, lift his face up, and literally, as Sasuke was, breathing heavily. The fight I won't cover as, imagine the original fight with Sasuke being more of a paladin using wood release here and there for, support, and then randomly Itachi being very strong, not blind, and his illness is terminally healed. And of course, I say terminally as it was temporarily held back from its full force from Itachi, as clearly he was using drugs, or drugs that Obito provided for him to keep himself alive for another 3 years after part 1. But anyway, of course, we go on to see Sasuke understand everything and actually laugh while crying, saying that it was all Danzo after all. He always did eye him down every time he saw him in the village. Well, he promises that he will get revenge, and they should return to the Leaf Village. And here he doesn't even think about going against the Leaf Village because of him just loving it. And anyways, now Sasuke and Itachi would rest up for another 10 minutes and then go to get Team Taka, and here he'll just be, I'll say, Team Destroy Danzo. And here he actually likes them a bit more, as they're like his friends. And anyways, sorry for the background noises. It's just my sisters, being loud as usual. That's why I stop. Well, there we go. They slam their door as usual. They can't close their door normally. Anyway, even at night at 3 a.m. I try to fucking sleep. Scrubs. Anyway, now, sorry about that. Of course, Naruto and, Sasuke would killed, Kisame with Itachi on the spot, and they would leave to the Leaf Village. And once they entered, of course, at first everyone was against them, as clearly they know that they're criminals, but then Naruto felt their chakra entering, and he would appear right next to, the two guards. I searched their name on. I knew one was Izumo, but I was just kind of scared. But I didn't know the other one, Kotetsu. Izumo and Kotetsu were told by Naruto that they are good, and told my sister to shut the fuck up. Anyway, so of course, Naruto would tell them that they're alright, and they're going to go to the Hokage's office. And the third Hokage already was told by Naruto's going to be at the third. He would take him to the, Hokage office. And here, sorry, I'm using my mic so you don't hear the noises through the wall, hopefully. Of course, now we see that, clearly the third Hokage was happy to see Sasuke and Itachi back, but he was confused about the rest. Sasuke and Itachi explain everything, and they are awarded with, honorary badges. Of course, no, they're awarded with a new headband, but they keep their own, and they say that. Well, actually, they keep their own, and they get new ones, and they put it on their arm, and pretty much. Well, they're smiling, and Naruto suggests that they get the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, as clearly he knows both of them have it, he can feel it in them. And the two are like, maybe we should, as it's better for our eyes. And of course, Tsunade was like, yeah, right, so you guys need a surgery, right? Naruto has told me everything about it the night before. And of course, she was confused, but anyway. Now, of course, while this was happening, Naruto would hear about, well, Jiraiya going to the rain village, and he was like, you fool, can't let you do this. And of course, as he was about to teleport away, Tsukome would go with him, and here, Tsukome says that, they need to finish Pain off here, once and for all. Of course, they actually fight Pain, and here they're able to easily defeat him, and Conan already escaped, and they track down Pain, or, Nagato and Conan. Here, I'm going to say that Obito would be with them, and right before they came in, Obito would steal one of Nagato's eyes, and he would scream, and the other three Leaf Shinobi would come in. The fight would be pretty easy. Just imagine, Jiraiya's fight with the Pains, and just add a more overpowered Jiraiya, a very OP Naruto who can, temporarily go into his Rinnegan state, Tomoe with, or Rinne Sharingan pretty much, and he has the Truth Seeking Orbs. Tsukome has pretty much, the Sharingan as well, and the Susanoo, and anywho. Now, of course, Nagato would tell, Tsukome would say that Nagato's eyes are not even his, in fact, her grandfather's, but she's not going to take it back, as she doesn't need it. She's happy with these eyes that let her see the world how it is. She doesn't need to see any deeper into it. And, Nagato realizes that it makes sense now. He wasn't really the child of prophecy. It was all a plan by Madara. And so they joined the Leaf Village. But Obito was more than strong enough now. He just captured all the other tail beasts. And the last one would be remaining. Would be Naruto. Five Kage Summit was held because of all the other five great the Shinobi villages or hidden villages realizing that there is a problem here, and there is only one tail beast left in the Leaf Village, and it's the strongest one. And the Akatsuki, this guy called Toby, or Madara, who goes on with the surname Madara Uchiha, I'm joking, but with the name Madara Uchiha, is he somehow has all 8 tail beasts out of 9, and it's quite dangerous. It's gambling right now, and it's quite close to being death for everyone. But anyways, now, of course, the fourth Great Shinobi War begins with, Kabuto reanimating everyone, and pretty much the war beginning. And, we would now go into, Itachi and Sasuke fighting, and, Naruto will actually give the eye back to Itachi because he says that he has a hunch that it will be needed. As he knows that in the original, he remembers Itachi actually, being dead, and his reanimation using Shisui's eye to actually escape. But anyways, we move on. Of course, he uses Shisui's eye to actually make Kabuto put the reanimation off, and Naruto doesn't need to go to that place because he shows off that he already knows how to control the Naruto's isn't fast enough, and he's been in the war for the longest time now. He would be lured out by Obito, as Madara would easily be able to, break out the reanimation jutsu and pretty much, beat down the 5 Kage like they were ragdolls. And here there would be a Jiraiya as well. So, put some more power up on that bitch and get destroyed. Anyways, of course, Madara says, you're all scrubs, get destroyed. And yes, I like Madara quite a bit, but at the same time I hate him, but he's so strong, which I love it. And anyway, now, of course, now Naruto would pretty much destroy the other 8 tail beasts, and not 8 because Shukaku couldn't come out because there was no host for him, and some of Shukaku would still be remaining in the Gaara, and it was a really small bit of chakra, and Shukaku would be really small. He'd be like human sized, but because of the amount of chakra he has remaining. But anyways, he would become friends with Gaara, and Gaara's power would exponentially increase, like a ton. And anywho, now, of course, Madara and Obito were able to reanimate the Ten Tails, and Itachi, no, not Itachi, Naruto, Sasuke, Tsukome. Well, sorry, not Sasuke. Sasuke went with Orochimaru and Itachi to reanimate the other three Kage. Naruto, uh, because remember, the fourth Hokage was actually sealed inside the Reaper Death Seal, just like in the original. So they still had to go for him. Not only the other two, but no, in this one, not the other two, because Naruto sealed them away normally. But anyways, now Sasuke would be with Itachi and Orochimaru and Team Taka pretty much, as they would follow him everywhere, and would go on to see Naruto, Tsukome, Kakashi, and Guy. No Killer Bee here. Tsukome would replace him, as she's way stronger in the first place. But anyways, she would. Sorry, I have to move a bit. She would easily be able to overpower Killer Bee in the original. But anyways, now they find out that that's Obito, and Obito and Kakashi have their own little fight. While Naruto has to somehow fend off the Ten Tails, and they do that great Shinobi Alliance attack on the Nine Tails, and it never works because that is the Ten Tails that we're talking about, and I'm pretty sure I said Nine Tails, but I'm sorry. Anyways, now of course Obito comes back to become the Ten Tails Jinchuriki as he's stabbed in the heart, so that that little seal that Madara put on, if Obito tries to go against him, it would explode. His heart is gone, and he'd become the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, and pretty much, I always wondered, how did he survive after getting, a Chidori in his heart? That's different gravy, blood. That's what Hashirama cells do for you. You can survive with no heart. That's mad. Anyway, now, of course, we would see, of course, you know how, Hashirama cells are overpowered, so, they make anyone a god, and, Danzo would already be executed, and here Itachi would have, the pleasure to actually be the executioner, and, pretty much that was beforehand, and the other eye from Itachi would still be remaining, but here it would be burnt away by Itachi right before the war, which he kind of regrets now because he realizes that he could end the war instantly now. But anyways, of course, it is what it is, and pretty much they go into the war and they see Jubito versus Naruto and Tsukome in their, it wasn't a perfect Susanoo because clearly Tsukome doesn't have the Eternal Monkey Sharingan, but she's quite strong in her own terms, and she tries her best, and she can only give a sword to Naruto, but then Sasuke would come in with Itachi, and the two would actually create a new seasonal armored Kurama, and Naruto would pretty much use all his chakra. Not all his chakra, but pretty much, they would destroy Obito in the end, and Naruto would talk no jutsu him, just like in the original, and then Madara takes all the tail beasts, kills off Sasuke, as Sasuke didn't want to join him, and Sasuke is the strongest there after Naruto, even Tsukome, and Naruto does meet the Sage of Six Paths again, but the Sage of Six Paths says that he has no more power to give Naruto because Naruto is the most overpowered guy ever. But this time he will give it to someone else. Tsukome, who was still like half dead, well, not half dead, but you know what I mean. She was actually taken by the Sage of Six Paths, and the power that he would give to Naruto, she gives it to her, but this time she doesn't get like literally all the Nine-Tailed Beast's powers, but she only gets the Rinnegan, Sharingan on one eye, and her other eye would evolve into a Eternal Monkey Sharingan, and she would get True Seeking Orbs, which is kind of overpowered, but Sasuke does have Wood Release, which makes him very overpowered as well, as he could use the, Wood Statue Buddha, or the Thousand Arms of Fisting, or the Thousand Fists of Death. Same thing. I don't know what the names are. But anyways, of course, Sasuke wouldn't have the True Seeking Orbs. However, the Sage of Six Paths would give him a much greater power boost than Tsukome. Tsukome would only get the True Seeking Orbs because that was the power boost that should have been given to Naruto. But Naruto already has it, and he's very overpowered. If you didn't realize yet. And yes, of course, the three pretty much smash Madara, and the Madara is betrayed here by Zetsu. He has both Rinnegan, and pretty much, Nagato has no eyes, he's blind. Sorry, Nagato, rest in peace, he's not dead. But anyways, of course, if you got the references from Summon Gaming, the rest in peace thing. But anyways, now I love him. I watch his videos every time he uploads. And now, of course, Kaguya was an easy fight for Naruto. Naruto wasn't going to risk anything, and of course, at first they were fighting together, and Naruto did heal. Well, you know, just saying, the only thing that Tsukome didn't get is the seal for the sun. Of course, Sasuke still got the moon seal, but Naruto had both. So it's kind of confusing. It's due to the time traveling thing that happens. Since Naruto got the both seals from the other timeline and everything, and then Naruto's Rinnegan, although it's not his, he's able to turn it off and on, and he turned it on, and pretty much well, after some tag team fighting, and also he did heal Obito's eyes, or Kakashi's eye, and Obito would give Kakashi the other Sharingan, and then Naruto would heal it, and then he would give another Sharingan to Kakashi, and Naruto would heal both of them, and pretty much they can turn it on and off. You know why do the genetics change that Naruto is able to do somehow. It's called plot armor. But anyways, so we move, and I'm just saying, Itachi would actually be in this fight as well, using his Susanoo here and there, and also, well, the Kami Susanoo would, well, you know, the combined Susanoo of both the two are actually able to use a combined, that they don't use any like side here, and it's called plot armor once again. Pretty much the two, that Susanoo is much stronger than Itachi's one, unfortunately, because there's two people using, there's full Sharingans in there, but it's mostly because of the Kamui, and the Kamui is kind of like, you could argue that it's a more of a power technique than like pretty much you know, the I wouldn't say Tsukuyomi, but like, you know, the Amaterasu, as clearly they're immune to it because he goes through them. And we've seen Obito weave it after he got hit by it. Literally, he got hit by it, he was burning, but still, he was able to escape it somehow. Of course, that's called plot armor, because Obito had quite a lot of it during a certain part of the series, but he lost it, unfortunately. He was scrub, and then he's still my favorite character. Of course, Naruto would actually pretty much say, it's over, Kaguya, you've lost, as Kaguya had no more arms, and she was about to go into a massive, ugly tail beast rabbit thing, but, you know, Naruto wasn't having it. As she was about to, you know, transform, Naruto would pretty much chop her head off, unfortunately, and he would actually get the Karma Seal. Of course, the Karma Seal would be kind of weird, because Naruto has both seals in his hand, and these two seals never disappeared for some reason for Naruto. Like, we know that Naruto and Sasuke lose the two seals in Boruto, but here Naruto had both of them, and what actually happened is that in Naruto's left one, where his sun, or his right one, where his sun seal was, there would be a Karma Seal inside the Sun Seal now, so he'd be more overpowered than he was. Kaguya did try to take over Naruto's well, body and everything, but Naruto well, pretty much put her in her place. He's like, hey, yo, listen, you're a scrub, you need to shut the fuck up. I'm stronger than you. Sorry for the vulgar language, but you need to shut up. This is my body, and you're not taking it over. And pretty much she puts her in her place, and you can use her powers, or not her powers literally, but you can open a portal and they walk through it, and they return to the world, you know, in a world. But anyway, of course, Naruto and Sasuke, well, Naruto didn't really need Sasuke, so, but Naruto and Sasuke both do the right hand sign, or the right hand seal sign, something like that, and release the infinite Tsukuyomi, and Sasuke wouldn't want to fight Naruto, as he knows he's way too overpowered, and he knows that he was holding back extremely during the the Valley of the End. He realized that after he beat him, he's like, wait, hold up, Naruto was way stronger than what he was there before. So how did I win? What's going on here? But anyways, now, I know a lot of the characters that I hyped up didn't really do too much, but of course that's in the War Arc, and they did the bits, and the Might Guy never really had to use the, you know, Night Guy here, because Naruto was Naruto was sent back pretty quickly. The other two were sent back a bit later, as they were told about, you know, Indra and Ashura, but Tsukome wasn't really any of them. But anyways, she says goodbye to her grandfather, and you know, Mother asks for forgiveness, and what's his name? Hashirama. Oh no, I'm a fake Naruto fan. You know, I'm a weeb. But anyway, of course, he says goodbye, and he says that there will be war bodies, and Tsukome says, I'll be taking the eyes back to give back to Nagato, just saying. And, you know, Madara says, you've never changed, you always did hate me. But just one last thing, although I was so ruthless to you, I still love you as a granddaughter. And, of course, Tsukome sheds one little tear and takes his eyes out and pretty much wipes off the blood as he, you know, passes away. and she gives it back to Nagato. Pretty much, he heals his eyes as well, and Nagato has the Rinnegan constantly. He can't turn it off and on. She can't change genetics. What scrub. And anywho, now of course, we go on to, Boruto era, Lee becoming pretty OP as well, and marrying Hinata, and Naruto marrying Tsukome, and then we have Boruto, and here we'll just say Himawari, the same thing. I'm not going to change her name because she is must protect. Yes, she's still the best character in Boruto. No offense, but Hanabi best girl. Anyway, now of course, we leave off of that, and Sasuke doesn't go in his redemption arc because he technically wasn't a bad guy here. Orochimaru is forgiven by everyone. Jiraiya is still alive, and him and Tsunade hit it off, and pretty much, go at it. And we go on, and here, of course, Kakashi would become the sixth Hokage, but he wants to give the place to Obito, but Obito says that he'll be the shadow Hokage of him. He'll do the, work in the shadows, and he's more than happy to have that kind of place, as he knows that his dream is no longer his dream. It's the dream of, a younger version of him, and he can't achieve that dream anymore because of all the things he's done, but he's happy that, he's not in jail because of Kakashi's help, and he knows that he'll need to, earn the trust of the people once again, and so he does, because a lot of the elderly people that actually survived all the way till this end, till the end of Naruto, they're like, hey, yo, it's that kid that I gave that sweet to, it's the kid that helped me, cross the road. Hey, yo, I remember. I'm about to die, but still, still. But anyways, of course, Obito becomes a good citizen, and we go on to see the end of Naruto. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this what if. It was a what if into a what if. But I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed it. And anyway, please take care, stay safe. And that will see you all dismissed. And peace.